Joining me in the, I guess you're the co-host seat today, is Mr. Fred Joyle from,
yes.
Is it 1-800 or 800 Dentist? Which one?
The one doesn't matter anymore.
Doesn't matter. Actually, 800 doesn't even matter anymore.
You know that it'll be a mystery eventually why it has those numbers in front of it, 10 years from now.
800 Dentist is joining us over almost 30 years in business. That's actually pretty impressive because our buddy Peter Diamandis, who says, hey, anything that's over 40 years old is probably going to have to pivot multiple times to even stay in business.
Yes.
Kodak
and we certainly had to, but the new businesses, they give them a 5 to 10 year life.
Wow. This whole week, we've had people that have come in from, yesterday, somebody flew in from Vegas to hang out here. The other day, somebody drove in from San Diego. It's about a 2-hour drive. Someone came in from San Francisco on Monday. Every day, someone's been, I guess, taking the trip to hang out here. And I guess today is no different than the others. Our rock star guest today has driven, 4 hours?
4 hours.
4 hours. Aaron Steed's joining us. He's the CEO of
Meathead Movers.
Come on. What's the name of that? What's the deal with that?
Meathead Movers. These are all student athletes working their way through school. So it's a fitting term.
Do you like that, Fred? It makes sense,
I'm a
right?
branding guy. I love stuff like that. It's perfect
but
to me.
they love this name because, they're called meatheads in school, right?
Yeah, so, how can you forget it?
Right. So this is really the catalyst. You've been ranked one of the top young entrepreneurs.
Oh, thank you.
Not me. I didn't rank you, but congratulations.
Thank you.
So let me first ask a very simple question.
Yeah.
Are you a normal guy?
My wife would say absolutely not. A little eccentric. I don't know. I don't think normal really applies to me at all.
I think it's good to be normal because it validates that it doesn't take any superhuman skills to do this.
If anything, I'm lower on the human skills because I have a really hard time following directions. I have a really hard time staying focused, and I'm a real abstract thinker. Give me a direction manual on how to put together an IKEA desk. It will look like a tornado hit it.
Isn't that every definition of every entrepreneur? No, seriously, isn't it, Fred?
Yeah, they operate outside the norm, essentially.
IKEA is made to hire somebody to put it together. I mean, literally, they employ people to put that stuff together. Mm-hmm. They really do.
Yeah.
So let's talk about Meathead Movers. Okay. Right now, where are we at? How big is it?
Well, since I was last on the show, we've opened up 2 more offices. We have 372 employees and over 80 trucks. So it's great.
It's
exciting.
Yeah. It is a fleet.
Yes.
And the employees are literally there. You go over to schools. You find a way to recruit them. Mm-hmm. What's the staying time for your meatheads?
Yeah, it all depends. Really, where we're at, when they come to Meathead Movers and how it plays into their life goals. When we hire someone, we get clear on what their goal is 5 to 10 years out in their life, what they're trying to achieve. And the majority of the time, it has something to do outside of helping us grow our company. They want to be, say, like an architect, or they want to start their own business, or they want to be an attorney. And then we help them get clear, how are they going to use their experience at Meathead Movers to help them work towards those goals. And even though, hey, it's just a moving company, these young men and women, they're still getting experience driving trucks, explaining and executing legal contracts, problem solving in high stress situations.
Team management, right?
A lot of management experience. Yeah.
It's a simple idea, right?
And you're interfacing directly with the customer, which is always the biggest skill set that you need to develop.
Well, I have to tell you, in your industry, there is some sleazy sides out there.
Totally. It's horrible.
We watch it on television.
Yeah.
We see furniture being held hostage. You probably know about a lot of these stories. Have you seen these, Fred?
Yeah.
I mean, it's so somebody that's reputable and consistent, this has to be, this is a good place for you, right?
Oh, totally. We believe so deeply that our industry is so ripe for disruption. And by putting good, basic human principles in place, the do unto others as you expect them to do unto you, under promise, over deliver, and just treat your employees right and help them leave your company in a better place than where they started. It is just a huge competitive advantage in the moving industry, which is riddled with bad actors.
You've seen this, right, Fred?
Yeah.
I mean, you're hearing this right now. It's such a great idea. It's so simple, but it's executed properly. That's the key.
Yeah, because he's driving it by the culture, not by the business model itself.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, you don't have thugs driving the trucks. That's what it is. People want to find out more. What's the website?
Meatheadmovers.com.
And where are you based throughout the United States?
So we have one in Orange County. Ventura County, Fresno, San Luis Obispo County. We do local moves throughout all of Central and Southern California. And we do long distance moves now nationwide.
Wow, nationwide.
Yep,
And where do you
that's
think-
new too.
Where do you think the next locations are going to be that are more local?
We're
Anything
going to
outside?
put 2 in the Bay Area. So we're going to do San Jose
all
and
California
Sonoma.
basically go ahead.
Correct. And then we're going to go outside the state of California. We're going to, so long as our employees are passionate about continuing to develop their careers and open up more offices, we're going to do our best to provide the opportunity and vision and invest in ultimately what my team wants to do. They're the ones who decide at the end of the day.
So when you hear this, Fred, it's one of those, oh, why did I think about that, right? Or
Yeah.
why don't I see this more often is probably what I say, right?
Well, and what I think of is if you have a business that's not evolving, not improving, not really thinking about how to provide something better, you need to be really frightened. You need to get aware of what you're not providing.
Yeah, that
whether
makes
you're
sense.
a taxi cab driver or a restaurant or any of these
But
things.
what Aaron's doing is, don't take it wrong, but I'm going to call it like a boot camp.
Okay, yeah.
Because what you're doing is you're creating a structure for these people to really move beyond the idea of just being a high school varsity football player. I mean, you're
That's
giving
right.
them really good structure.
Yeah.
So I would want, if my kids, my son probably doesn't know how to spell the word sports, but if he did, I would love to see us as a transition before he even went to college.
Yes, exactly.
Right?
Thank you. And that, we've really talked about pivoting. We've had to change because the first 5, 6, 7 years we started Meathead Movers, it was cool and it was macho and it was fun to be a Meathead Mover because we'd go work and then we'd go out all night and have fun and party together and then work all day the next day. And then as we started having to charge more, we became a legitimate business and our standards started increasing. Working at Meathead Movers became a little bit more strict and not as cool. So our pivot is, how do we create the value for our employees? How do we create an experience that is worthwhile to them and not go backwards, because we are still employing the same type of student athlete type young men and
This
women.
is around culture.
Absolutely. And just like an internship, how a young person is willing to, in essence, donate their time if they believe it's going to help them, help their future self, if it's going to help them become more successful, they're willing to donate their time to an internship. At Meathead Movers, we're going to help them with real life skills and make great money and get paid to work out at the same time.
Over 30 years, 10 million people have used your service. Wow. That's amazing.
Yes.
10 million.
It's a lot. It's a big number.
It's a lot of smiling people.
Yeah.
Why doesn't 800 dentists work in England? You ever thought about that?
they were a little slow on the uptake of healthy dentition, as we say.
Maybe you should drop something into there, right?
Yeah.
Get the Queen to say, yes, I want people to do this. Join us in the studio. Entrepreneur Magazine has ranked them one of the top under 100. I mean, you're in the 100 category. That's impressive right now. It's called Meathead Movers. Aaron Steed's joining us. He drove 4 hours to get here.
Honored to be here.
4 hours.
Yes, sir.
From San Luis Obispo, which is a pretty amazing area. Have you been there, Fred?
Love it. Yeah, it's
Rolling
it's
hills,
a beautiful part
beach.
of California. Yeah,
It really is.
it's a fabulous enclave.
What's it known for? Is it known for anything?
The wine, the Madonna Inn, the Firestone
The
Tri-Tip.
Madonna Inn.
Yeah, of
That's
course.
right. Yeah.
Explain the Madonna Inn for people.
Oh gosh, like you can't even really. It's incredibly ornate. You feel like you're stepping back in time. Everyone who works there has been there for 10, 20 years.
Every room's different. It's a
every
theme.
room is different. It's an incredible property. It's a one of a kind type place. And yeah, San Luis Obispo is an incredible place.
But isn't MeatheadMovers there too? Is that where the corporate
That's where
office
we're
is?
based out of. We started there.
Do you think they say Madonna Inn, Meathead Movers, and the beach and the wine? Are you?
I hope so. I hope I'm on that level. It'd be an honor to be in the same sentence with Central Coast Wine and the Madonna Inn, no doubt.
Doing well. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Okay, I want to throw a statistic out for both of you guys. The average millennial sticks in a job about 24 to 36 months. Okay, and it generally takes a employer to bring somebody into a company to integrate them into a culture about 24 to 36 months.
Wow.
So that average millennial is already on their way out before they're actually integrated into that entity, that business. Right? Do you understand what I'm saying, Fred?
Yeah, that they're not fully matured and before they're gone.
Right. So our question, and I want to go with this, and I know Fred's got something very parallel to this. How do you create a culture with people that are really, by the time they're in, they're ready to go out?
Yeah. Well, there's two things. We get clear with our employees right when we hire them that, look, you're either going 5 to 10 years out what is your goal? Where do you want to be in life? What do you want to be able? What do you want to do? And either you're going to do something outside of Meathead Movers, or you're going to help us open up another office.
Okay.
But what we do not want is a career mover. We don't want someone schlepping furniture for 5, 6, 7, 8 years, because that doesn't fit with who we are. Our people are destined for bigger and better things.
Okay.
Well, it reminds me of when I was a bartender. A great job when you're in college, a dead end job when you're out.
Right.
What kind of bartender? Did you like the Tom Cruise stuff, flip stuff around?
Yeah, no.
Were you shirtless?
This
Were you
was
shirtless?
hopeless people, hopeless alcoholics.
Where'd you do that?
Back in Rhode Island.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh God, I got an image going on right now. Wow. So yeah, not a good lifetime career.
No.
You have I get it. I could see you now if you were still a bartender. But this is the idea. You have to, with your hires, you have to really suggest to them, you're going to get a good base here, but this is not where you're going to stay forever.
Exactly. And you know what? And it's easy for, I think, any entrepreneur to say, yeah, we really want to help our employees move on to the next thing. But you got to back it up. And some things that we do that I think is unique is if an employee is on good terms with us, if they are applying for a job that's in line with their career path, we will initiate a phone call to the hiring manager, even while they're still employed with us, to try to get them that job. And if they get that job and they leave our company to do something that's in line with their goals, we will have a barbecue in their honor and celebrate them.
I love this. Now, we're talking a little under 40.
Are they invited to the barbecue?
Of course. No, absolutely. And we do it on a payday where they get their last paycheck and everyone's there. We put their name on the board.
This is part of it.
But I'll tell you what, it's difficult because when we are turning down customers because we have so many people wanting to use us and we're losing one of our great guys, it's difficult because we then can't do as many jobs, but that's the price you pay to have a culture that stands for something that's more than just being a moving company.
Aaron Steed's joining us. He's the CEO of Meathead Movers, based in San Luis Obispo, but they're all over the West Coast. A little under 400 employees and a little under $20 million in revenue. This is going well. Now you got the whole issue is this. You got competition out there.
Yeah.
How do you differentiate yourself?
Oh, well, super different. Number one, when we're not carrying anything, our employees jog to get more.
Do you understand this, Fred? Well, explain to Fred what's so different. Because Fred, one day he'll probably Hearst Castle he'll buy.
I can.
Right,
yeah.
so
1-800 dentist, of course.
It's a little run down right
it's
now.
It's a little, you got to fix up a little.
Yeah.
But if you would hire a Meathead moving team, what would be unique about your team compared to everybody else?
Well, number one, we do criminal background checks and random drug screenings on our employees.
Good, right?
Number two, when we are not moving your items, our employees are required to run to get more. And since we charge on an hourly rate, it saves time and money.
So they're really efficient.
Yep. And three, we have built-in surprises throughout the moving process, which I'd prefer not to go into.
What does that mean?
Certain surprises throughout the moving process. For the client that they're not expecting. And that sort of experience.
What's that mean? I don't
and those experiences leaves the client feeling so overwhelmed that's when our movers get tipped and they write positive reviews. It's all about giving more than what the client expects and arming our employees with the tools to do that.
Okay. Has he sold you yet, Fred, or do you need extra?
I don't like most of the moving companies out there, so he picked an easy target, but I think he's excelled in creating by approaching it. It goes right back to your first quote, which is a business that's just about making money is a poor business.
Yeah.
Right.
This is about helping people realize their dreams and releasing them, saying you're not supposed to be here permanently, and I love that idea.
I love it too.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So Hearst Castle. Get Fred moving. Fred's business is interesting. He's been doing it for 30 years. And in his call centers, he's got people that've been working there for over 20 years.
Yeah, but we also, when I talk to all the new employees when they come in, and I say, you may not stay here indefinitely. I don't imagine you want to make a career as a phone operator, but you're going to leave here a better employee than when you showed up. You're going to develop skills that are incredibly portable, learning to be punctual, learning to talk to people on the phone, learning to reset your attitude over and over again all day. These things will serve you all your days.
So somebody's going to want to hire somebody that's been over at 800 Dentists because of the training they received.
Yes.
Same thing with you, right?
Yeah.
Same thing at Meathead Movers. I want to get somebody that's worked there for a couple of years, especially with an endorsement from you.
Right.
because they've been trained to be a team player,
Yep.
to understand responsibilities, timing, all that's part of it.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, Meathead Movers is a shoo-in for our local fire departments, local EMT, highway patrol, police departments, and other service-based businesses. And what's so neat is by our employees getting a job with us, this company helping them support themselves while they're going to school and playing sports. And then it becomes a differentiator when they're trying to get their next job. I mean, gosh, we can attract such a better person versus if we're just focusing simply on moving furniture from point A to point B.
Yeah, it
could be so much more than that. It's all
more
about
than
how
that.
you view it, though.
How does somebody get a job with you?
They can either apply at any of our warehouses or go to our website and go there. So and then we start the discussion. And it's a
Do I have to be a
process.
big person?
Of course not. You need to be the right type of person, and it starts with the character and the physically you need to be able to do the job too. But we also have princess packers and prince packers as well that pack up the items.
You could do that. The
Princess, I
packer
would be
can.
a princess. I think you have a fairy packer. That'd be great too if I could wear an outfit.
princess packers, yeah.
Wings.
Yeah.
So you're telling me like McFly from Superbad? Yeah, I'm not sure if you remember him. The really small guy. He could do it.
Well, if he can move heavy
McLovin,
things,
that's it, McLovin.
and then run
McLovin.
to get more than for the meathead end, but the prince and princess packers, that takes a different mindset. And I'll be honest,
It's
our
detailed.
absolutely, and the prince and princess packers, you have to have attention to detail, and there's a different mentality of
love
wrapping
it.
up fine china versus moving a heavy dresser up 2 flights of stairs.
Expensive?
We are not the cheapest moving company.
Okay. You know my saying, and my saying's this: a professional's expensive, an amateur's a fortune.
Yeah.
Because that amateur you
like
get,
that.
if they crack something, break something, you got to get it repaired. It
Yep.
might cost the whole process of moving.
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely. And what the client ends up writing a check for at the end of the day with us, I think is comparable. But where we really shine is the peace of mind. If the client's unhappy, we actually have a satisfaction guarantee on each of our guys. So, and this is really unique for the moving industry. Let's say I send a 5-man crew out to your job, and let's say 4 of them did great, but one of the guys you didn't think was hustling very much. Can you tell me what percentage of value you feel you received? Say you got 50% value, we'll then issue a refund for 50% of however much you paid for that guy.
What's your thought about this, Fred?
That's
You're
accountability.
hearing an industry, again, we've noticed has had some pretty negative stories. Well, you're hearing Aaron doing, this is what's needed, right? I mean, this is...
When you shift to thinking about what the custer wants,
That's
and
the
you
key.
just keep asking those questions and making sure you provide it, and with his surprises, I think he's saying over deliver is always a fabulous way to go. Do the unexpected.
Yep.
The most memorable thing you can do always
That's
is
right.
to do something unexpected for people. That's what makes them refer you. That what's make them talk about you, remember you.
I love
He's
it.
doing it all.
And lead gen right now, how are you finding customers?
Mostly on the internet, also mostly word of mouth. Yelp and Angie's List continue to be a big
That
driver.
makes sense.
You know,
Westside Rentals?
West Side Rentals.
There you
That's
go.
right. Because of you. Thank you so much for that
Oh, no, it's
introduction.
him. I like Mark.
Yep.
So I'm going to be moving soon.
Awesome.
I'm hiring without a doubt. I'm
good.
so happy you walked in here.
Thank
because
you. Me too.
It's
Happy to
one
be
of those
here.
things that scares me. Every time I'm driving, going, it's like roulette
Yeah.
on who you're hiring.
Yeah.
So business is great. People want to find out more. What's the website?
Meatheadmovers.com.